welcome to Bridesmaid Fit Podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer DiDonato, and this is episode number 28. First of all, happy holidays to everybody. I'm wearing my red, very festive. But in case you don't know what Bridesmaid Fit is, it is the only in-home personal training service for brides to be in Metro Detroit. But Bridesmaid Fit Podcast is everyone's source for health and fitness information and entertainment. So thanks so much for joining us. So today we're in the kitchen. I'm going to show you a really cool recipe. It is a healthy recipe to make peanut butter balls. Okay, we're going to turn all this stuff you see right here into, brace yourselves, this. Oh, great, yeah. Now, some people call these Buckeyes. Some people just call them plain old peanut butter balls. But the cool thing about these that I made is I'm incorporating protein powder in it. Don't be scared. Don't tune out. Just check this out. Okay, first we're going to take all these ingredients. Right here, I have them all out here. Chris, I want to just show you right here. I'm going to list it on the side right now. We have natural peanut butter. You're going to have 1 cup of that. We're going to have 1 cup of honey. 1 1/4 cups of vanilla protein powder, any kind of your choice. I know some of them vary with nutrition facts, so we'll get to that in just a moment. And then also 1 cup of oats, and these can be the quick oats, so the 1-minute oats, that kind of thing. Because with these, they're cut down a little bit, so that'll give it better absorption in the peanut butter balls and let them ball up a little bit easier than just whole oats, because they'll get kind of chunky. So first you're going to take your natural peanut butter. You can get it at any store, and with this, all that's in it is just peanuts and salt. You can even get salt-free. So I'm going to show you the little trick. This has oil at the top. See that? Looks kind of gross. Well, you're supposed to mix this. You're supposed to open it and immediately put it in the fridge and then mix it up before you use it. But with my peanut butter balls, the cool thing is that I'm going to dump this out. I'm going to dump this oil out. See, watch this. It's pretty gross. Oh, can you see? Look at all that oil going down. Now, like I said, you're supposed to keep it in there. This is healthy fats, all natural, but I like to dump it out, and which of course I already did. It gets a little bit dry right here, so it's in this bowl right there. Okay, so now we're going to get started. First, just take any kind of mixing bowl. We're going to put the dry ingredients in first. So I'm just going to put in my protein powder. This is 1 1/4 cups, like I said. And we're going to put in the oats too. 1 cup of oats. Now on to the fun part. We have the honey right here. Got my 1 cup already measured out. And you may think that the honey won't give it enough sweetness, but I guarantee you that you'll be pleasantly surprised. I'm just going to kind of spoon that out there. Okay, it's pretty sticky. All right. And next, last but not least, we have the peanut butter. Just kind of glob that in. Looks kind of gross, actually. Okay, and now you have it all in there. Now we're just going to kind of mix. This may take a minute, so we will be right back. Take about 5 minutes. Okay, so by this time, it's time to lose the spatula, and I want you to wash your hands, which I already did. I swear. I know you didn't see it, but I did. And I want you to get your hands dirty in here and just kind of mash it all up, because you're still going to have some of that protein powder stuck to the bottom. If you've dealt with protein powder in the past, you know how sticky it can get when it mixes with water or not enough water. So obviously it'll still do that in this instance. So basically you got a big peanut butter ball right here. So once you got that all situated, now it's time to just plop them on the wax paper. Let me wash my hands though first. So the cool thing about these though is that there's not much preparation. You don't have to bake it. It's you just basically make it the way you want. And you can also make the ratios of all the ingredients the way you want it too. So if you're not a huge fan of the protein powder, you can just put a 1/2 cup in there instead of a cup and a 1/4 cup in there. So it's all in what you prefer, like that. So we're going to make these into the balls right now, and this is going to probably make about 2 dozen. The balls that I showed you earlier are a little bit bigger, so we want to make these, I don't know, a little bit bigger than quarter, the size of a quarter. There we go. Plop them right there, and then they're all done. So I'm just going to make a couple right now. And this is cool, something you can make, if it's snowing outside and you're snowed in. We here in the Detroit area, we recently got about 1 foot of snow. And I wish I could have shot my show for you guys because our snowblower didn't work, okay? So I woke up at 6 a.m. and started shoveling. And there was probably about, it was snowing about 2 inches an hour. So I shoveled for an hour and a half. I strapped on my heart rate monitor, and guys, I burned like 600 calories. I'm not even lying. It was one of the greatest workouts I've ever had. And I knew that I was going to do that that day. That's why I purposely did not work out that day. And I'm so glad I didn't because the next day I was so sore. So guys, if you're going to shovel, please be careful and make sure that you also use your legs, just like in a squat. Like I always explain to you guys, you want to make sure you're using the legs and not rounding the back. Okay, so we got some protein balls right here, fresh. And I had just warmed up, let me come out this way. I just warmed up some chocolate. All I did was take some semi-sweet morsels, 2 cups is in 1 bag, so I just poured it into this pan and just heated it on low and made it nice and creamy. See that? Okay, made it nice and creamy. You don't want to heat it up for too long, otherwise it might burn and get crusty, like crumbly. So you can either drizzle or dip it in. So I'm just going to kind of drizzle over the top. See how pretty that looks? This is awesome. You know, you can serve these Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever you celebrate. It's a great dessert. And I guarantee you guys, people are not going to know that there is protein in these. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, Jen, that looks really, really good. How fattening are they, or how bad are they? Well, I'm going to tell you. You can pop this up on the screen. I'm also going to put this on the blog that's right below here as well. One of these peanut butter balls, if you're making 2 dozen, contains 103 calories. Now, this is just this alone. 103 calories. It has 3.5 grams of fat, 11.5 grams of carbs. We have 7.5 grams of protein and 6 grams of sugar. So for one of these, I know you're thinking 103 calories, but it has a good amount of ratio of the protein, the carbohydrates, and the fats. That's basically a good snack even to take with you in the car. Now, if you have the chocolate on there, or if you dipped it in the chocolate, I would estimate that this chocolate is about half a tablespoon right here. So that's about an extra 35 calories right there, an extra about 2 grams of fat. So you're looking at one of these protein balls with the chocolate on there to be about 138 calories versus 103, 5.5 grams of fat, 17 carbs, 7.5 protein, and 10 grams of sugar. So just have 1 or 2 of these, maybe 3 if you did well on your cardio that day. But these are just something a little bit more better because they don't contain any butter, they don't contain any unnatural forms of any sugars or anything like that, because the honey is probably one of the best sugars if you're going to have any that you can have, nice and complex. So I want you to try this. Try it at home. Let me know how you think about it. Email me at jenny@bridesmaidefit.com. We're also on iTunes. You can subscribe. Go to Bridesmaid Fit, subscribe, then it'll pop up on your iTunes list every week, and then pop it right onto your iPod. And we air a new episode every Wednesday morning, which is Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. And we're also on YouTube and Vidler. Just Google us, Bridesmaid Fit, and also Jenny DiDonato. You can find me. And tweet me up on Twitter, Jenny DiDonato, twitter.com/Jenny DiDonato. And I'm also Jennifer DiDonato on Facebook. I want to be your friend. So give me a holler. I also want to holler out to Karsten. Karsten has been a really loyal viewer, and he's been giving us a lot of good tips and feedback on the show. So I want to thank you so much, Karsten. I hope you have a great holiday. And for the rest of you too, have a great holiday, and I will see you next time. Now I'm going to have one of my victims try my peanut butter balls. Oh, and hello, John. Come over here. Come over here. Which one do you want to try? This one? Okay. This is somebody who does not typically like peanut butter in his cookies. This is Isaiah.
Good.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, see? Try them. They're real good. Real good. Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you so much. Susie Homemaker.